I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm choosing to be here again on day 3. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I welcome all of me here. I welcome all of me here in the messy, in the magic, in the tears, in the laughter, in the divine, in the human, in the out of bed look. Ah, that's that fire in my belly that just wants to break through my own resistance that has been coming up very strongly in my face, in my nervous system since I committed to this 1 days, which is really a commitment to my truest expression on earth, my deepest soul embodiment, and healing that which hasn't been healed, the shadow, the inner child. And I'm 47. It's like, what? How can I be 47 and still yesterday felt like run over by a bus? The heaviness, the density, the depth of story that's still that well, not still, but the depth of story that was moving through my nervous system, that of course I'm welcoming through this, through saying yes to this 111-day challenge, 111-day commitment to align and shine, to align and shine, align all those aspects and parts of me that has been hanging out in the shadows and creating the doubt and creating the hesitation and creating the holding back and creating the lack of consistency and creating the fear, the story, given more power to the story of the fear of how I'm received or not received, or how I'm perceived or not perceived, and the connection that has been to the survival and was very much in my childhood. So that is the story that I'm saying yes to bring to the surface, to be witness, to be present with, to give voice to give voices to the aspects of myself that were never heard, that were never seen, that were diminished and shamed, and that until now, this is where I'm at. That I'm ready to, that it's time. 2025 is the year. It is this friggin' pivotal year for so many of us, because next year I feel it in myself so strongly, and I'm very aware that even this year, just again, like, alignment has been the word that was very clearly given to me for this year, the theme of this year, because my soul is like, okay, this is the year where you fully align, Mary Jo. This is the year where anything that is out of alignment comes into coherence and resonance, so that I can fully anchor the divine love ambassador that I'm here to anchor, the galactic ambassador that I'm here to be and embody as an interdimensional frequency, if you like, and to be an example that it's nothing to fear, that we are the aliens, the multidimensional beings on multiple timelines and frequencies and dimensions, and that ultimately, beyond all that, we are source. I am source consciousness, you are source consciousness, and that has moved down through the dimensional frequencies and fields and realms. And earth, this melting pot to heal that which was created through the lens of separation, of rupture, of distrust, between the masculine and the feminine, between the light, the dark, the duality, the polarity into duality, and then all the beliefs and the karma and all the cycles that we got into. And that's what I'm healing from my nervous system, the ancestral hand-me-downs, that culminated in having the perfect childhood, that would yeah, that would really culminate. Ah, it's like the extreme. It would create the extreme of the depth of yeah, the traumas and the feeling of isolation, the belief of being unlovable through, you know, and through not being fully seen or heard or allowed to express. And yeah, and just those formative years, you know, 0 to 7. That's why I'm so passionate, and I have been so passionate this life for mums to be cared for. Well, everybody to be cared for, but especially the mums and the dads, but especially the mums to truly, truly be cared for through that journey of pregnancy and coming in to be a mother. It is so, it is an invaluable role on this planet, because you're literally birthing the next generation. And those, how those formative years go from 0 to 7, and even while the gestation in the womb, you know, like I can tell you from my story and the challenge and the pushback in my nervous system to have such, to have been brought up in such a deregulated way or dysfunctional way or traumatic way or whatever, you know, to bridge that gap, to come back into harmony and healing. Hence why I'm 47. I'm just feeling some of the heavy density, and frustration that's there. And yeah, just the last few days, I've really seen the connection between that inner child, you know, the unspoken voice, the unspoken desires, and the shaming around that, and the confusion, and how that's shown up in my life right now of challenge with fully embodying the true desires of what I truly, 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 truly desire, even allowing myself to fully, fully, fully desire that. And one of them is, which I've only really realized the last few days, is yeah, there's a part of me that desires, because I've experienced the extent of feeling unseen, unheard, unwelcomed, if you like. There's that desire in my heart, my soul, that it's like, okay, it's time to feel now what it is to truly feel seen and heard, and you know, to really create that vision for myself, and to believe that it's possible, and to allow myself to be the frequency of that, rather than given over to the, you know, through holding back and hesitancy and doubt, through the unhealedness of these aspects of my inner child that are still pulling back and afraid that there's going to be punishment, or that it's not safe to be seen, it's not safe to be recognized, it's not safe to shine, it's not safe to truly, truly, truly shine, that my light isn't welcome, my voice isn't welcome. And I realize where I've been rejected and pushing back on myself, because that's what we do. We learn these behaviors in childhood or wherever, teenage, whatever, past lives, and then we perpetuate those within our own psyche, within our own nervous system. You know, and of course, it's part of this journey from 3D duality, which is the polarity, and then that 4D bridge of awakening, healing, remembering, you know, having an awareness, you know, to understand, and having, and you know, it's like, whoa, didn't know that was running me so much, and how much energy I've been given to these patterns, and how much it's been holding me back, and how much it's been affecting my creativity, my expression, desires, my creative expression, my sexual desires, my sensuality, my abundant flow, because it's all energy. Everything is energy and frequency. Ah! Oh! The frustration is because I know this so deeply. In my heart, my soul, my higher self, you know, I know it so deeply. To embody it is the key now. And it's the difference. You can know. There was this a quote that myself and Steve had in our retreat, Vibrant Living retreat. I think it was a lady from Russia or somebody who gave it to us, and Steve loved it and put it up in a chalkboard, and it was, to know and not to do is not yet to know. And what I would say is, to know and not like actualize that knowingness, or to like to really embody it, is not yet to know. So we can energetically know it, we can intellectually know something, and there's that's part of that 4D awakening. We gather our information, and but then there's a time to fully embody. And of course, that's a lot of the somatic therapy and movement and breath work, and which I've certainly been having to practice these last few days. And also recognizing, how challenging it can be, like, because the energy can feel so heavy and so stuck and exhausting and deflating, and because it's like holding space for those aspects of me that felt that way, that felt numbed, disassociated, um you know suppressed or repressed, or didn't feel safe enough to even feel. So it's like holding all these, as we anchor our more fifth dimensional self in presence and breath and embodiment. Yeah, it's anyhow, that's where I'm at today. I'm in the messy and the magical, because the truth is that the magical comes out of the messy. And yeah, it's a releasing the judgment as well. Like, that's a huge part of it. Like, it's so tricky, because it's like it's supporting the self, through breath and presence. But then it's also fully embracing, so that rather than try to get over something or not want to feel, which is avoidance, which is more resistance. It's to, yeah, it's so like to relax so deeply, to fully trust this too shall pass, but there's no push, there's no shove, in that. Yeah, and that's where the magic happens. And yeah, the duality, polarity, where the shadow was, it comes into the light meets the shadow, and then the shadow, yeah, finally gets seen and heard and witnessed through the energy that arises, through the expression we give it, whether it's breath, voice, journaling, dancing, taking a cold, an ice bath, sauna, whatever it is that moves, that keeps us breathing and keeps us receiving and allowing the energy to move, rather than, yeah, the old way, which is to repress, suppress, deny, avoid, shut down. So it takes courage, it takes wisdom as well, and a strong desire that comes from a deeper place to go, yeah, it's time to let this go now. This is divinely aligned. And that you deserve, you deserve, you deserve to, yeah, to know who you truly are beyond those experiences. And that those shadows that haven't felt seen or heard, that have been hanging out as, unresolved, unwitnessed pockets of energy, if you like, in the cellular memory, as it pops up, yeah, they come back into wholeness and integration. So creating that beautiful family within, so that we can create a beautiful family around us, right? We can be that beautiful communion and harmonization and kindness and generosity of spirit for ourselves, and then extending that to one another, or to, animals, trees, plants, all of it, our bodies. So just feel to invite myself and you into our breath, and just to feel the resonance that is there. And just notice what resonates with your heart, with your body. Notice what energies are arising within you, Notice what permission slips are arising within you through receiving this reflection within me, and through me showing up also as a permission slip to myself to say that I receive you. I receive you, and I'm not denying your voice anymore. I'm not denying your presence. I'm not denying your expression. I am free to express. I'm free to be seen. I'm free to be heard. And I'm creating this I'm creating this amplified resonance field now through this commitment to this this 111 days alignment code to align and shine, because I deserve it. And so do you. So if you feel to come on this journey with me, come on this journey with me. Whether it's 11 days, whether it's 22 days, you pick your number, 44 days, 55, 77, come on this journey. If you're just at that place where you're going, enough, enough. I know I am here to be part of what we're creating. And I know that as I heal whatever, as I harmonize, I reconcile within myself, and as I anchor more of my divine energy, my divine right to know thyself, truly, to express them thyself fully and freely and creatively and joyfully, knowing that all in that the universe is a friendly place. I am a friendly place. My body is a friendly place. My voice is a friendly place. My energy is a friendly place. And that the resonance field that I'm amplifying, that you're amplifying, is a resonance field of goodness, of pure soulful goodness, of kindness, of generosity, of spirit, of alignment, of truth, of integrity, of authenticity, of embracing it all, the humanness, the magic, embracing it all, the messy, the magic, the magnetic, and that amplifies and it just, the fifth dimensional energy is very much that it all comes to us. It's all our energy. So remembrance that it's all our energy. So that's why it's up to us nobody can do it for us. Nobody can do it for us. We have to choose it. We have to say yes. We have to allow the tears. We have to allow whatever is ours, whatever our soul chose to be birthed into, whatever experiences it chose to take on, so it could reconcile those frequencies within our embodiment, rather than pass unhealedness down through the next generational lines. There's a feistiness, there's something that said, the buck stops here at me, no more, I'm here for this. And that has certainly been the feeling that I've had this life. Even as a child, I was very aware that I would need to figure out a different way to be human, because watching both my parents, I pretty much realized by the time I was a teenager that those paths don't look so healthy to me and so bright. And there's got to be another way. That life isn't about suffering. Life isn't about poverty. Life isn't about scarcity. Life isn't about distrust, lack, anger, but toxic anger. I mean, anger can be passionate fire as well, to stand in our truth. But I mean, toxic anger, like unhealed, really unhealed and unresolved and unexpressed and unwelcomed emotions, that's toxic anger. That was in my household as well, growing up. And that masculine, defensive, but in the toxic side. So healing all of it, the feminine, the masculine, the distortions, and what seemed that, what seemed in opposition, in division, bit by bit, bringing those supposing opposites, which is the 3D duality, right? Supposing opposites. You can see it playing out in the world, them and us, good and bad, right and wrong, dark and light, and blah, blah, blah. The 4D bridge is healing that, is reconciling that. And yeah, the anger comes up and different emotions come up, of course. A lot of it is projected externally initially. But eventually we have to, as we're getting definitely to the midpoint of that bridge and coming over the other side, it's really about recognizing, oh, hang on, I'm the source of all this. And knowing that means I'm the only one that can actually make these shifts and changes within myself. It's not about me changing out there. Not saying that doesn't have to be part of the journey, There's a beautiful thing to to support and, support others, um, and help the change and, all of that stuff. But eventually, we have to realize that, yeah, the change happens within, and then the change actually happens without. It doesn't work from the outside in. That becomes about control and micromanaging and, sourcing our sense of self externally, and sourcing our needs externally, and sourcing a lot, and forgetting that we are the source. And that's what really come back to that unity consciousness. It's unifying our own field in the remembrance. Oh, I'm the source. So I'm connected to source, just like everybody is. There is an internal source, a spark that we're expanding, a light, a remembrance. And it is infinite consciousness, infinite resourcefulness, infinite abundance. Oh, and claim it with me now. I am worthy and deserving to receive the remembrance, the embodied remembrance, and the rewiring of my nervous system in that story of a friendly universe. A friendly universe that supports me in my joy, in my full expression, in my sensuality, in my humanity, in my spirituality, in my soulfulness, and that I can trust that energy now, trust that inner alignment to shine and allow the light from within to emanate and radiate without. That is your divine shine. That is your divinely aligned shine and emanation and radiation. Radiating the light. That's true beauty. True beauty from the inside out. To feel comfortable in your skin. Nothing's rejected. Nothing. I love you. I receive you. I allow you. I am here with you. I am fully present. This is very powerful, connecting with the body. So finishing a few more breaths and a tone to really consolidate this energy. This day 3. Fuck, I'm feeling my heart is feeling very grateful that I've shown up today and that I am on board, that my human self is finally on board to say yes on a deeper level to my inner divinity and consistency of that expression without shame, without embarrassment, without apology, without editing, without holding back, without contorting it to accommodate what I believe other people need from me, or to make it more palatable, understandable, blah, 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 blah. No more compromise. No more. The divine energy, the higher self is saying no more. No more. It's time to embody who you truly are. It's time to remember fully who you truly are. Embody that energy and ground it into the earth grid, not the distortion energy, that harmonized wholeness, unified, wisdomized, because there's a lot of wisdom in whatever we've lived through. So nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. As we integrate it, it it is given to source through that toroidal field. It's source has it, the source inside. It's come home. Ultimately, it's about bringing it all home, and then all of it comes together, and it becomes the new wisdom of the new earth. And with the yeah. And it's also it completes what's already those timelines that are already done. So it collapses those timelines as well. So it's like we release ourselves from those frequencies and connect to what the true desires of the heart. And that's how we're creating the new earth. Each one of us. So it's an inner game. And so it is. And so I am. So with that. So taking nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, a little hum, a little sigh. And as you do that, just feel the energy drop down, pelvis, down to legs, down to feet, down to the earth. Just release whatever is ready to be let go and released in this now moment. Konele kila kile kulo kono le kile ala kala kine ile ikile la kala kulo olo okono ile ikine ile akala la kono pelvis ikile ele akala. Feel that groundedness in your pelvis. Feel that strength, that sovereignty being anchored, returned. As Mary Jo gives you this permission slip through herself, giving herself permission to be this now, to be this now, to be this now, to have the courage to speak the unspeakable, to forgive the unforgivable, to love the unloved, to express the unexpressed, to desire the undesired, undesirable, and to break free from the residual shackles and chains, and to rewrite the nervous system into this new earth story, elevated consciousness here now for you, here now, available. Releasing the fear, the reactivity, survival patterns, reactivity, letting it go, and coming into that remembrance, sovereignty, spiritual warrior. Feeling it in the body, in the hips, grounded in the legs. Here I am, hear my roar through the Lionsgate portal that continues to usher in that inner roar of the lion and the lioness, aligned and connected, unafraid to be seen, unafraid to be heard, unafraid to shine. And so it is, and so I am. Namaste. Namaste, Divine One. Namaste. I am enough. I am worthy. I am free to feel, to desire, to emanate the frequency of what I truly am, what I'm truly here for. to anchor as new earth codes of embodied joy, wisdom, grace, ah, sensuality, trust, creative expression, fluidity, spontaneity, oh, connection, celebration. Ah, all the goodness. So it is. Till tomorrow, day 4. I'll be here. Even if until yeah, even if parts are pulling, the heels on the floor, I'll be here because that's what it's all about.